What up, traders? What up, investors? Ken here from Dyslexic Investor, and we have another SPAC that is going live, similar like Nikola, similar like the other ones we've kind of seen with space and things like that. These have been very huge front runners in the last couple of years of really just pushing stocks higher, basically letting the retail investors or the Joe Schmoes like myself and everyone watching being able to invest in the earlier part of the company. So Fisker, if you haven't known much about it, I didn't know too much about it, so it was a plug-in electric hybrid vehicles back in 2008. They also started around the same time as Tesla-ish. They actually did fail. They ran out of money due to being a little bit too early, and this new electric models and the electric overall industry wasn't really even flourishing in 08, 09. So they actually had to declare bankruptcy, reorganized, restructured, came back, now at full steam, getting a lot of backing from huge different networks and different private equity firms are putting in large chunks of money, talking billions of dollars to get this up and running. Again, that being said, this is again a spec play. They really don't have anything completely built yet. The CEO did a couple of large interviews regarding on the potential of doing kind of the same route as Nikola Motors, where they're going to be contracting out a lot of the manufacturing and the supply chain of things, kind of doing the inverse of what Tesla's doing, where they literally want to have their hands on every single piece from start to finish and manufacture everything in-house in that fact. So again, this is kind of, I'm not saying this is going to be the next Nikola, where it's going to be a pop and flop. We can kind of look both at both charts. So if you don't remember, Nikola went as VTIQ. Again, that was the SPAC, the special purpose acquisition company or whatever it's called, that took it over, that turned it into Nikola. So this is the same thing that's coming with the Spartan Energy Acquisition Company. So again, this is that that special SPAC is also known as this is the Apollo, basically the private equity firm that they are with, or the money that's really coming from the private equity funds, and they're looking for putting in raising, I think, about $1 billion on the particular IPO, and they're saying the IPO could come out in like September and October of this year. The ticker symbol will be, I believe they said PIPE. As well, with about a price target around $10, I read. I heard $12 in some places as well. So looking for... Alright, so let's go ahead into what Fisker has. So they kind of started out, again, before their bankruptcy in 08, 09, they had like a sports car that they're kind of working on. They kind of showed that off, a lot of things. But they're really trying to get the everyday driver on getting basically a sense of the Fisker OCEAN, which is basically... I would call it as a mid-size SUV crossover kind of looking car. We can kind of look here at some of the specs here. Again, very vague. This car is not coming until 2022, so again, we're talking really far out. Like we talked about, they're going to be going to the sense of manufacturing and basically breaking it apart on different companies and outsourcing it and contracting it out. Again, completely somewhat different in the inverse of what Tesla's doing. The pictures look great because, again, these are not... They don't look like rendered images. They look like it actually can drive here. Looks like it's very well made. It looks really beautiful, honestly. The style of everything. That it's kind of got the same kind of dashboard with like a Tesla has, with a huge screen in the middle. And of course, it's completely connected to your phone and things like that. So basically, it's some interesting stuff on what we could see coming forth from Fisker Automotive. Basically, again, you got the vegan-ish interior from recycled materials. We've heard that before from the Tesla. Again, they're not trying to be the cornerstone product in the sense of like, oh, we're just going to be better. They're just trying to get in this EV market and just bring a product that people will enjoy and like. And I kind of like that mentality rather than just trying to punch people in the face and just take names. That being said, we'll see on how this overall does. Again, we have quite some time to see how this plays out, especially with this new luxury. It's kind of a SUV that they're talking about. This is purchasing for okay. This is what I saw. So I saw $40K, but they're saying with federal tax credit could be slightly cheaper. That's again. This is look like for purchasing. They have leasing options, all kinds of different things. We'll see on how that comes out, and of course more information will come out once they just kind of do like their traveling tour in the sense of really getting investors involved and start pumping this up in a sense. Not pumping up is a bad word, but we'll see how it goes going forth. So let's go ahead and look at the SPAC itself. So this is the SPAC, is SPAQ. That is the particular, again, that private equity firm basically run by Apollo, who is going to be taking this company public. You saw a huge run up. Now it's kind of trading sideways a little bit, little hit and miss here. Again, I think the FOMOs kind of hit and then it kind of leveled off a little bit, got some weak hands here. Again, we had a little bit of a sell-off during the last week or so, I think it kind of really shook some people out. That being said, will I be buying some of this? Maybe, maybe not. But so this kind of happened to VTIQ, which is basically the Nikola. You can see that changed on the 4th, so we can have to go to NKLA. So kind of had a similar run up, traded between that 5 and 8 exponential moving average, but then continue running up into the potential bump into when it was coming public. So again, they're saying that it could happen pretty fast, meaning September and October, that this could be coming public. So what you could be investing in, again, this is what happened with this one, where it kind of had a huge bump up with Nikola. Kind of came back down, really down to the 200-day, traded sideways for some time until the news media start catching on again that Fisker is being bought, they're going public, IPO, and so the attention span kind of went to nothing. You can see that via the chart, nothing, and then once we start breaking above that 21 on the 21 exponential moving average on the daily, we still started to see that hype up train, and then we just saw that continue blow up once the more stuff was announced, and that of course just went completely parabolic with Nikola, with the overall selling and just the way on how they're doing certain things and mentioning the company, having the stuff on CNBC, well, getting those Robinhood traders and a lot of speculative traders involved in this particular company. I can see this really playing out with the same instance that we're currently looking at. So this really just happened as well with Space, also a SPAC. You saw that little run up once it got announced here, then really took a deep dive and just went into hibernation mode, and no one really gave a jack what about it. Kind of broke out here now, and then basically once it got more and more news, got the hype train going, we got the love going, we got the FOMO going, and it just literally just took off again, hitting a high of 42.50-ish, and then kind of came crawling back down, settling back in, getting those longer term investors here, kind of see what's going on. I think that the longer dated investors are going to wait, particular for this FOMO to happen, and then get in, maybe buying small positions here, waiting for it to run up, and then potentially coming back down for some prices to see how it goes. Again, I don't have a crystal ball, no one has a crystal ball, but we'll have to see on what happens, particular with this SPAC. So we're seeing these more and more people are learning about them, more people are paying attention to them, so this could be a slow dying breed in the sense of like how people are doing this, how again we're jumping into this very early, we're becoming a VC, we're coming a part of the private equity firm in the sense of really speculating on a product. They don't really have anything. Like, yes, I know they have reservations coming out for that Ocean car, which looks sick, but again, we're talking about 2022. That's a really long ways away, and people's emotions and basically their time horizon, that's a long time for investors to hold, especially in the market that we're in today, where people just want to flip and just continue to grind up and compound interest, compound earnings and gains. That being said, I'm looking for this particularly to get down around $13. I'm going to be a little bit picky on this one. We did play the VTIQ SPAC that they paid off really well with some shares. We'll see how this one plays out. I'm not going to be running out there and just dumping in money into this company without a doubt. But in particular, could we see that particular similar pattern run up? I think we could. Again, with Tesla having earnings today, and you probably, if you joined the live stream, I hope you had a great time. We'll look at how they report today, but this one could be, it's gonna be a fun day for Tesla. Again, I have no idea where it's gonna go. We're long term with Tesla, particular looking for opportunity to buy more if it comes down. We'll see what happens. We'll listen to what the Elon and the board and the chairmen have to say regarding on Tesla's quarter. again, with the huge rise of this EV stuff, it's really been changing in the sense of so many different companies getting into this market. And I think that this kind of craze, I call it kind of like the Beanie Baby or the Pokemon or whatever craze you could think of this trend of that this really could just really pop off, but only the top leaders really are going to be standing in a couple of years. So we'll see how this all plays out. Hopefully that you learned and you enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like. If you didn't, hit the dislike. And I hope to see you on the next live stream. If you're interested in joining the Discord, we have an absolutely free link down below you can join. We talk about a lot of different charts, trading news, ideas, all that fun stuff there. We also have a Patreon page if you're interested in directly supporting the channel. You have a direct contact to me, and I can give you some charts and things like that to kind of look at for some guidance. Again, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is Ken from the Dyslexic Investor, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!